Mesanso de akwaba sonko kra ma ya hwefo na busuan semi koso NDC amaneko mu towards a health minister na chese nyensan ketwa kra ya budi ade a health minister e de ababetu emontin so se ade a NDC amaneko we his excellency John Dramani Mahama ama yakọ back to a food system na chese nyensan ketwa kra omo kire sintim sese no se wo yare na se ukọ hospital ana se bi yare na wo de no kopi mo ayare sabia ade a ye be food a de ama na food na omo ba be no omejo 10 cities nanka nkane mu nanka eni ho sa former president Nana Akufo-Addo introduce Ghana card uses any health insurance and that is what the copy na chese bibia aba be digital ombe bibia papa edi ama enu konko with system bia secretary bia eni nebusua ndc amanyo ko eba so ma ba be cancel sanyuma ni na chese omo sa the food uses aba and that is okwa ye food edi ama na ye won krofon so ho ma ombe kwa hwehwe food na te say yes afikra no mbedi omde be hwehwe food na jese the food no aba ansa na se ye be hwe hospital one ma ya sure se food and buy say 3 hours 2 hours na omde be hwehwe sa food so yi ni na that is put na ho atwen no mo ban so a wasi tu o ka na jese busua eni enya ye pa enu na Ghana for eti ye pe omuyem ahye mbrim because since no obi yare na te say ye ntempa so na wo say wo de sana yare na te say a doctor for so mo kọ na ntem na afi na ye kọ hwehwe food ababe ye food hodwuma sana ya ka say doctors enkohwe ana say omuma woduru no na te say de beto no ato na busua we ene nsama hora ekoso na nsa ka audios ahora na ewo ha say mense wo no ye be ko akokoti nchum ne ba
until this dawn. But the Mabre Wako Hospital 4 a.m. today. Now Kwako Jedru meant for diabetic patients. Ewo Kumasi Central Hospital to be precise. Now you could read no say nipa bebre wo and a lot of them were wailing. And me a pinching we buza said the asema. Say to say no first now about do card ba ketwane ba na ebo dia eno an na ya take there you go through the process no sisi ya de ukwa ya oje card foforo ansa na yakọ you folder dia ba so back to the manual system so the first no kwa na search for folder na ade no to bit me che afọ mu wi am san charge you 10 Ghana cedis because a manual system and you have to pay 10 cedis. A lot of people in penifo ye bi wo infear de okno infear de otwene infear de oson ne entamo ho nyina no. My mom is over 70 years. Some of them could not pay the 10 cedis. Why do you say 10 cedis is kaketo be there bi Oko hospital no onim because all these years Oko hospital and also boni di an insurance nyina linked to the system. Tomo for insurance ko bonko. Now on Sanso into 10 cities bia and it became an issue for one old man be say yes in one for insurance card and because of that yenhwe no and was say there be insurance non farmer and say they say no system ni ho they can't go into the system to look for the insurance number. Inti ebasa umbehwe ni dia just utieska. And 10 cedis in the insurance, so you have to pay 10 cedis just for the card. Na yetime you for that the amount. But papa ne dia ne dia because the insurance ni yentime search wa system so intino. Just say utieska na so connect that for waba. And I was like, what are we doing to ourselves as a people? Politicians no edin kwasa sembe. In fact, Ministry of Health headed by Ira Kwabramenta Kando. Omudin kwasa sembe brebe. And then somebody there, yani eltio mem yahu bechre yen kokkrafo ne emrewafo yi eko hospital. They also have to go and struggle because you feel that somebody awarded a contract that was not transparent or whatever. Go and deal with the person. Why should we suffer? So if you take us through, or if you take our aged ones through this before you award another contract for somebody to come and collect data and give another software. Why are we doing this to ourselves? And we as a people, we are not talking enough. We are not making noise enough. We are not letting these politicians know that the things they are doing and I defend it, say, oh, there will be a discount, will be a say. Go and deal with those that you feel have sidestepped the system. Now, if the hospital was actually network, let's go back to that. Now, will be and yet all of this will come back to hurt us, the ordinary citizens.
President John Dramani Mahama inti who health minister akando umpamu akando up to now who say akando na ejuma na odi man no ntumi nye up to now Honorable Akando cannot do the work. On to me, Pamuno. Now, Minister Ben, share Obia or see where a farmer. I don't know, man, a great minister, man. And then you, hey, God, Ghana, you bro. Now, our heads, ya pum di na mudi di agorosano. Ya pum di. And I'm mudi teacher. Honorable Akando, a Jumanu to me, ya jai, now been from farmer before. Me in Casa Mufama Pipini or Mufama NDC Nifo for no bet to my Jumano. But because the way our Niamano con, it is very clear, say the way you can do it. And your Casa, a Jumana, yet their shows, and you can do it. What to mean, yeah? And a President John Dramani Mahama, this is your last chance in this country. Ye Jumano leave some legacy, and you are going to allow these people to spoil your legacy, President Mahama.
I am begging the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Mr. President, do not listen to your health minister. Do not listen to what your party people are saying. Do not endanger the lives of your citizens. Do not risk it simply because of propaganda, because of politics, and probably because of procurement interest. And now listen. We need to establish certain facts. And of all the things you will discuss this month, trust me, none is as important as Zipline.
Really?
Because if you understand what Zipline is and understand what Zipline does, you would realize that it is something that we should not even be discussing it and treating it the manner in which we are right now. First of all, I hear the conversations and I can easily point out the absolute ignorance of what really Zipline is by a lot of the people making the commentary. People assume Zipline is just a substitute for unavailability of hospitals and health facilities. People assume Zipline is a substitute or just an alternative for unavailability of drugs in these hospitals. And so I hear people make the argument of if the drugs were available, why would we need Zipline? Instead of having Zipline, why don't you build hospitals? Why don't you? And that straight away tells me that, honestly, sincerely, they do not understand. And for me, I think that one of the responsibilities we have is to also make sure that it is explained very well so that people can make informed, commentary about it. I've heard a lot of people, and clearly you can tell. Because immediately you are discussing Zipline and you talk about building hospitals, you talk about availability of or supply of drugs that I know you don't understand what Zipline does. Let me say fundamentally, there is no substitute to Zipline.
Really?
Zero.
Really?
Hospitals, building hospitals is not a substitute to Zipline. Having medical stores is not a substitute to Zipline. If you want to understand Zipline in its basic terms, probably look at it as an ambulance in the air. That is probably not carrying human beings, but carrying the medication to the human being that is under duress. You see, there was a time in this country where snake bites were killing people.
Sure.
Just snake bites. There was a time in this country where maternal mortality rate was so high, simply because in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., when the woman like they say, water is broken, they need blood. And where they are, blood is not readily available. And people were dying as a result of that. And these and many more are the reasons why Zipline was introduced. Remember also that in all of these conversations, there are multiple things that connect to it. So before I even come to all the other issues around it, I want us to establish the fact that there is a background to the establishment of the Zipline drone system. And this is not politics. This is human lives at stake. This is the health of our country at stake. Fast forward, when Zipline was being introduced, people actually played politics with it. But still, I insist, those things for me are still not relevant. Because my view is that if the person doesn't understand, the person is free to have those kind of conversations. So I remember when Zipline was being introduced, people said that it will capture videos of women bathing and all manner of things. So if the same people come to office and they go after Zipline, I understand. But I'm 100% convinced with what I've seen with my eyes, my experience with Zipline, that these people really do not understand what Zipline is. And so they say, why are we spending 170 million on Zipline when we can use it to build hospitals? Ignorance. And I'm begging the president. And for me, I'm glad Hamza is here. Our health system is something that we shouldn't tamper with it at all. Leave it. Go and bring, see, you can go and bring whoever you want to bring. When it comes, cancel the existing one. But at the moment, you've shut down the existing systems. And do you know the impact? People are dying. The report is here. Because people are not getting the essential medications that they need on time. Now, the argument they make is cost. Listen, we are spending 297 million every year to supply sanitary pad to school children, including me, my niece in Latte.